All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome. There's something sort of about the timing is so bad, isn't it? Because it was yesterday. We've been doing these lunchtime lives, bookshelf lunchtime lives on a Tuesday recently, but now things are getting a little bit less regular, so bear with us. We're going to do quick enough lunchtime lives. So if you have a question or comment you want to get in, you got to get in fast today. Much to discuss. Let's have a little look and see what you've been saying since we last spoke. A lot of reaction to the rant/riff on Chat GPT. Michelle says teachers can put their students' work through an AI scanner now to see if it's been written by AI, but they're using it themselves now too. We're all doomed, lads. Our friends in Onyx say, all I can say is keep reading, please keep real conversations going and keep highlighting how important that is. Daily communication, whether it be through hearty conversations or simple hello, greeting to a nearby, well, if you say it like that, they're going to walk away and call the guards. But you know what I'm trying to say. It's our armour against the pull of emotionless technology. It's a true story. I have these kind of many bookshelves at home. And since I came back from London, I decided what I would do is I would... sorry, did you put a new picture up on the... Oh, it's nice. I just caught that. You got rid of that little flimsy green jumper thing that I was wearing. That's quite good. Okay. It's the shacket is back, yeah? Okay. Yeah, somebody very close to me said the other day, I was watching some of your interviews. I did about 65,000 interviews in the last 2 days and said, I watched the assembly. You looked smart. I said, I feel a judgment here. He said, you just look more like yourself. I said, you're talking about the old days when I was Johnny Chat Show. I said, yeah. I said, I'm kind of bored of that look now. So anyway, this is kind of more relaxed. I think it could be nicer. You can decide yourselves. And anyway, I was doing the bookshelves at home, literally the bookshelves, not the show. And I had suitcases full of books that I had to bring back from London. And it was a really nice experience. I decided to do a cull of books from the shelves. I got books that I hadn't read for ages and would never read again. And books that just were gathering dust, really. And by the end of it, I had 3 boxes of books. I went to Woody's and got these big plastic boxes. And so I filled them all up. And I asked, remember last week I said here, does anyone need them? Because the charity shops won't take them. Anyway, a woman got in touch, said, I'm a librarian in my local school. We'll take them. We're doing a book push at the moment. Well, only this morning, because it was a school local to where I live, I called over with 3 boxes of books, dropped them off. And one of the girls in the school, it's a girls' school, said to me, she must have been about probably 12, 13. She said, my great aunt taught you when you were little. I said, you're great. How old am I? How old is she? She said she's 102. She's alive and well, Miss Kearns. She taught me when I was 6, or if not 7, in school. And she taught me how to read and taught me a love of reading. Miss Kearns. And she's alive and well. 102. Anyway, belated happy birthday. I did a message for her on her 100th birthday because her family got in touch and she's 102 now. Wow, what a woman. What an important woman she was to my life, I have to say. Anyway, got 3 books. Miss Kearns, I'm still living the dream. Thank you for teaching me to read. I got those books back to the school and now your grandniece is reading them, which is great. So that was good. Well done to the teacher in that school and to the librarian, and thank you to the receptionist who helped me with the books today, which was great. Actually, I was carrying them and going, I'll manage. They were very heavy because a lot of hardbacks, a lot of first editions and stuff. I was like, I'll manage. And then there were a bunch of girls and the principal, or at least the receptionist said, girls, come on, give him a hand with the boxes, the poor fella. And one girl just goes, sure. She goes into the boot of the Fiesta, Noddy, and picks out the... And she just... I said, oh, God almighty, look at me. Look at me getting old. ChatGPT, I love it. It helps me with my accounts. I have ADHD. It helps me hugely with that, and I can't overshare to it. Maybe it's an age thing, says Gillian, because I was giving out about ChatGPT. I'm in my 50s, and I wouldn't have a clue about ChatGPT. I don't want to know either. I don't think it's an age thing. I think that everyone's using it now, so... but I know what you're saying. It's a technology thing. And Granuel, a colleague recently confided in their challenging personal circumstances to me. I offered a view and support, and he said... Yeah, that's kind of what ChatGPT said too. Oh boy, why are we asking AI to answer personal stuff? I know, it's funny. Okay, questions coming in. I'm going to talk a little bit about the podcast, the bookshelf. We are going to travel around the country. We're going to go to Cork Opera House on Thursday the 30th of April. Go to corkoperahouse.ie for tickets if you want to come along. What it is it's going to be me on stage kind of riffing about life in the universe, and then we'll bring a guest out and we'll do a bookshelf live with that guest, the 3 books from their life as per the usual show. And then we'll take an interval and then we'll come back, and then you as the guests in the audience, you'll have a QR code. You can text in questions to us as we're live, to me and the guest. So for example, the first one, which is long sold out in the Pavilion in Dunleary, is our guest is Joseph O'Connor. Joe O'Connor, the great writer. And he was on to me during the week. He was delighted to see it sold out, and he's excited, and we're all excited. That's going to be happening at the end of March. But then you can ask both of us questions. So it's going to be a real in-the-round experience, we think, and we're very excited. Cork Opera House, Thursday night, 30th of April. Nice. And I think we'll stick around and have a few beers and things like that afterwards. I'll bring a bag of cans. Lime Tree Theatre. No, but you know, okay, so let me just enlighten this for a minute. When you go to a bar, first thing I do is now I look at the taps, because I don't always want to get the Guinness from a certain place in case it's rancid. And I like an IPA, I'll be honest with you. That's a bit, do you now with your shacket? But I do. And that's what it is. Half shirt, half jacket. I can't help it. And I like an IPA. And I go along, and I was in a place the other day. We only have, what's it called? Madri? Madri. I said,
Spanish or Portuguese?
For dogs. That's what Madri. And no, but I say Madri. I go, it's dogs? But it does taste like dog's urine. I have to say, I don't like it. No. It's a little warmer. I mean, not that I know. I heard. What? Oh no. But the point I'm making is, I don't like it. I don't like Madri, and I also don't like Asahi. That is like water with notions. I cannot. Come on, I'm not having it. You like it, Tom? Do you? Do you? Yeah. Do you? Yeah. Great. Thrilled for you. Let's crack open a few bottles here and watch you suffer. Apart from that, it's fine. So I do like the Wicklow Wolf. Very nice beer. Elevation. Nice. I had that the other night and it was delicious. Okay. Lime Tree Theatre, Limerick. Thursday, 7th of May. What a lovely Thursday evening. I like Thursday evening. Friday tends to be kind of quiet for me because of my new slot and times in London. I'll be going over on a Saturday for that, which means that Thursday, Friday will be very pleasant indeed. So Lime Tree Theatre in Limerick. LimeTreeBelltable.ie. They did a lovely sort of a real thing for us. Did you see that during the week? That was really nice. Town Hall Theatre Galway, my beloved Galway. Tuesday night. Oh, the 2nd of June. Oh, so it'll be lovely and bright. And you just go to tht.ie for that. And then the 3 Olympia, God help us. Monday the 8th of June, that's ticketmaster.ie. Tickets are on sale. And that'll be great fun. And already, you know who a lot of the people who interviewed me on the Assembly, which was broadcast on Virgin Media on Monday night, got in touch to say that they're coming to the show. They got tickets for Cork and Galway, and I really want to meet them all, which is really great. Thank you to everyone involved in the Assembly. If you didn't see it, 34 people from neurodiverse background asked me questions for 3 hours. It became 1 hour on television, and the response has been really, really lovely. So thanks a million. And it was a great project to be involved in. And I loved meeting everyone on the day. And I've had a lot of contact from them since on Instagram, which is really sweet. So thank you all. You were great. I said in a post the other day, it's not easy to stand up in front of your peers and ask questions. And you did, and you acquitted yourself beautifully. So well done. And I was going to say let's do it again, so I'll never do it again because it's a once-off, but it was a joy to do. And to Kite Productions behind the scenes, the camera crew, everyone, makeup, hair, all of it. It was an absolute joy. So thank you. And Virgin Media were a professional outfit and a pleasure to do business with. That's what I will say on that. Got my tickets for Cork Opera House. Super excited. Anne-Marie, get out. You're not coming in. If I'm going to go through the queue disguised as Groucho Marx and listen in, and if anyone goes, I'm super excited, I'm going to pull them out of the queue and say, here's your bus pass, you're going home. I'm super excited to see this out. You, who, me? Yeah, the super excited one, out. You're getting on the bus home. Here's your bike. I'm just not a fan of that. But Anne-Marie, I'm delighted you're coming. That's great. We'll have great fun. Kate, hi Ryan, how are you? Do you know what? I'm in great form. Love the podcast. It's a welcome distraction from the daily routine. Yeah, that's why I do it. Oh no, for you. Yes, absolutely. Yes, it is. It's a great distraction. Would you have a recommend? These are great questions that come in, and you can keep them coming in all during the week if you wish. Sharon says, would you have a recommendation for a really good or literary thriller for my book club? We don't usually do thrillers, and we want to do one this month. Thank you very much. I'm going to shop local and go Irish for this one. Thriller-wise, you can go anywhere from Edel Coffee has a new book out. It's in shops now. Have a look at that. I think it's called Glass Houses. That's out now. Keep an eye out for Liz Nugent. I always say Liz because she's just rock solid. She doesn't disappoint. You've got a back catalogue from her. Pick one. Her first one, Unraveling Oliver, wouldn't be a bad place to start, obviously. Andrea Mara, she's knocking it out of the park. Her books are all being made into TV shows on Apple and so forth. So again, look, go through their back catalogue and pick one out that you think might be of interest to you. That's good. You could also start with one of my great favourites from Canada, Louise Penny. Go to Still Life. The first in her, it's a 20-part series, but the first one is just lovely. Really easy read, but not stupid. It's just all the suggestions I've just made are really, really accessible reads, but they're well written and they're great stories and great fun, if you want to call it that. So look, there's just a flavour of it. I could be here all day giving you suggestions, but that's that. Hopefully you picked the right one. I have to go to a book club. I was invited to one in London next week. I don't know if it's online. I hope it's not. I want to do it in person. But I'm looking forward to that. Katie's asked me to do that. So that's next week. A busy week in London next week, but I'll tell you about that another time. Are we all dead? This is in reference to the opening comment on ChatGPT, which I was making last. Somebody also said, stop calling it ChatGPT. It's just called Chat now. Ooh, is it? Okay, Tom? No, it's not. Is that wrong? Are they wrong? Oh, God. Okay. So let's go back to ChatGPT. Are we all dead is the most full Irish Ryan comment I've heard you say in years. Really made me laugh. Those are the mornings that always created a bit of divilment and joy before going to work. I'm looking forward to your new show with Times Radio. Listen, with the Times Radio show, it's going to be great fun because it's going to be covering a lot of politics in the UK, in Ireland, and not so much Ireland, but America, I should say, and around Europe. It is, and people will say, can I get that here? It's so easy. Just go to your apps, find Times Radio, lash it onto your phone, and you're in. And will be between 1 and 4 p.m. as of the 25th of March. So really excited. I had a great meeting about it today with Kia, my producer on that show, and we are going to make great radio, and I have no doubt about it. It's really exciting. So that's good. And we'll keep the bookshelf. I've got 2 bookshelf guests coming in this weekend, which is exciting. We had I'm not going to tell you who they are because it's not fair, but I thought we had a lovely conversation last week with a superstar, and I'm really excited about this season, actually, season 5. Shall I take some comments, Aidan? What's going on? Message. We need to be more human dependent and not on AI. I agree with that. Another says, you were brilliant on the Assembly. Well done. Well, that's very kind. Loved the Assembly. Amazing people. They were. Johnny Chat Show is a great name for a chat show. It says Henrietta. Henrietta's book is coming with me on a holiday soon. The Woman in the Water. Am I right in saying that, Henry? If it is the same Henrietta. I saw your book called This Talented Man. Would you look that up so I'm saying that right? Would you mind awfully? Henrietta McCarvey. This Talented Man is a great book. If you haven't read it, let me recommend it. Get it today. Great writer. I just want to make sure I'm getting it right. She's probably a talented man. Thank you. A talented man. There's shades of Ripley and there's shades of Donna Tartt and there's shades of even John Banville in there. Speaking of which, I'm reading his book called Venetian Vespers. Now, let me just talk briefly about Venice. Have you been to Venice, Tom?
No.
Aidan, have you been to Venice? Okay. Tell me am I right when I say it. Venice is the most romantic, creepy place I've ever been. It's creepy as hell.
Why?
Because it smells green. Anything that has lagoon is going to have a bang off it, right? You don't know where you're going because every time you go down the street, it's like a hall of mirrors. Yeah. There's little bridges they're creepy bridges under which sit and lie trolls. Original trolls, not just the internet guys. One follower, your shit. So I'm not talking about the incels. I'm talking about actual trolls under the little bridges. Okay, now that's Venice. It is a creepy place. I'd say creepy. The ratio in Venice from creepy to romantic is probably 80 to 20. Creepy to romantic. People go, oh, Venice, let's get in the gondola. The gondolas and the gondoliers, it's all a bit. Okay, so I'm not having it. I liked it, and I'd go back, but they've got good PR. I've heard it said that rats are just hamsters with good PR, right? Or sorry, I'm going to flip that. I've heard it said that hamsters are just rats with good PR. That's the correct way of putting that. Venice is an interesting city, but come on. I can't disappear soon enough. Oh my God. Did I just say that? No, I don't mean that for a second. I just mean it for a little second. So what I'm saying is, Why have I got it in for Venice? I don't, God, who hurt you? But I will say, John Banville's book is set in Venice, and he has captured the creepiness. Buy it today. It's not a big read. I'm nearly finished it. I've got 20 pages left. I'm loving it. The atmosphere in it is so peculiar, and it's kind of set in the late 19th century, but I'm loving it. I can smell the fear of it, which brings me neatly to one of the best films on the 70s ever made called, I know a lot of you will know this already, Don't Look Now. Come on, Donald Sutherland, Julie Christie, Tom, you're going to love it. You're going to be creeped out. It's just in between getting glimpses of the ocean. You'll be able to see this film. Tom hasn't seen the sea. And what it is Don't Look Now is a freaky film based on a Daphne du Maurier film, Henrietta McCurvey, who wrote, of course, there's a book based loosely on Rebecca written by Daphne du Maurier, author of a short story called Don't Look Now, starring this. Anyway, it is a creepy film. And where does it all end up? Creeping the creep out of Creepington Alley? Venice. Thank you. I'll get my coat. Moving on. Henrietta, here, Don't Look Now by Daphne du Maurier has the creepy, romantic Venice thing to perfection. Well, Henrietta, why don't you just pull up a chair? I mean, you're as good as here. I mean, at this stage. Oh, that's great. I love that. I follow Daphne du Maurier on Instagram, even though she's been dead 100 years. Greetings from University of Galway. Love the stories. Thanks, Anna. I love University of Galway. Oh, let's go to Galway and do some social stuff for the. What do we need an excuse for the tour, the book tour? Okay, if we. Oh, I love that head recce. Let's go down and okay. Well, can we do it like a team?
Like a walking tour.
Nature walk. You guys come down. Where we go to Noctons for a pint, you know. And here we are outside the lesser spotted Noctons, with musicians of varying ability and lengths of hair. Okay, let's move down to Venice is dirty. Oh God, we started an anti-Venice movement. The Venice Tourist Board have been on to say, please stop talking. Venice is dirty. It's full of mosquitoes. Don't like them. Another from Anne. Ryan, you're growing into yourself. That's what I thought when I watched The Assembly. Did you guys watch The Assembly?
You're fully formed.
And Tom, did I look like I'd grown into myself, or did you like it?
I thought it was great,
Yeah, you have to do better than that, Tom. My ego is suffering here. It's so.
Tremendous.
That's more like the best, greatest Assembly. Let's not go there. Okay. Where are we going here? Okay, lots of. Jackie says, I will never go to Venice. The movie with that movie, Donald Sutherland and the kids in the red, scarred me. Okay, well, it's not even kids. It's one. If you know, I'm not going to spoil it because if you watch, health warning on Don't Look Now, it's freaky, it's dark, and it'll give you the heebie-jeebies. Speaking of which, I saw, I don't know how it came onto my timeline, but there you go. Welcome to my world. A film that, I'll tell you what it was. And Martin Scorsese, my favorite movie director, has said that his favorite horror film, and I don't have a huge appetite for horror, but I'll take a bit of it, is a film called The Changeling from 1980. And they showed clips of it, and I thought, I'm going to watch that. I'm going to write it down now so I don't forget. Sorry, everybody. Just bear with me. I have a life too. Changeling.
Stephen King,
Is it?
I could be wrong.
Who's anyone we know directed or anyone?
Peter Medak.
No, means nothing to me. Don't know who that is. Let's keep going with Patrick saying the Court Literary Festival in Galway is in April. Perfect excuse. Thank you, Patrick. Stop dissing Asahi, says. I'll tell you what, I'll stop dissing Asahi when it tastes good. But until then, the diss continues. I'm taking the diss. I'm giving the diss. What's an IPA? It's a beer. You know, what is it? Independent. What does it stand for?
Ale?
Oh, pale ale. Sorry, is it Indian pale ale? Independent, for God's sake. What am I talking about? Indian pale ale. Aoife Scott, our dear friend. What's your favorite color? Shagget. What color is this? Is this moss green? Does this look green?
Creepy green.
It's creepy green. It's creepy Venice water green. It's Venice green. It's Venice green. I like this one. I got quite a nice. This is made out of repurposed uniforms and stuff like that. And yeah, I think I won't get into the history. The one up here, is this on shot? That's navy, but that's kind of short. I got it in the sale. It's slightly short on the sleeve. So we won't get into that too much. And then I have quite a nice couple of green kind of corduroy shackets. I have to say, I find the word shacket disgusting. I don't like saying it and I don't like using it, but it's just there now. So I'm sorry. But if that's the same Aoife Scott, who I know and love, I'm wishing you well. Really lovely to hear from you. Teresa, our dear friend Teresa, I'll see you in the lime tree. Oh, you better make sure we say hello. Really enjoyed your interview on the Assembly, my favourite programme in a very long time. It's a great show and they did a great job on it, real professional. Jessica, Venice is awful. Yeah. What's happening to Venice? Oh, until we started the show, everyone wanted to go to Venice, you know. Just one cornetto. And now it's like, just one, the mosquitoes, somebody's going to get murdered over there. This little creature with red coat running over there. Well, no, really, the red coat thing is pretty stunning. I'll never go to Venice. Yes, we go with that. Jessica, Venice is awful. Spent most of my time looking down at the ground in case anything running around thought we'd never get out of the place, and it's so overpriced. Yeah, it's terrible. I'm supposed to be working at home, and I'm Googling creepy places in Venice as we speak. Yeah, that's the distraction of a show like this. This little guerrilla program we do, this podcast we do, is... It's kind of like sitting down having a pint, isn't it? Because it jumps around the place and you're going, here, did you see that thing? I'm going to the theatre tonight, by the way. You better be good. No. I haven't been to the theatre in Ireland for a long time. And that's tomorrow. I'm doing 2 nights back to back. I haven't been to the theatre for ages. So I'm going to the Board Gosh Energy Theatre tonight To Kill a Mockingbird.
Oh, nice.
You're going with your mum?
Saturday week.
I'll give you a full report. Do you want an honest report or do you want to make it?
100%.
You sure? Because if I don't like it, and I'm going to wreck your day with your mum in advance, or I could manage your expectations. No. You're okay? You want the truth? You can't handle the truth. Okay. And then tomorrow I'm going to go to the Crucible, which I'm also that's in the Gaiety Theatre, which I'm excited about. Lachlan wants to know, if they made a Ryan Tubridy movie, who would you like to play you? Lachlan in Australia. Oh, do you know who that is? Lachlan. That's probably Lachlan Murdoch. Who has nothing else to do in a given day other than to get in touch with employees here and there to say hello. Who would play me in a movie, or Lachlan, as you're probably called more correctly. If it could be anyone from any time, it's James Stewart. Could you imagine? Well, it's the Beatles, you see. Yeah, I like the Beatles. And anyone living? Oh, it's a suggestion? I don't know. Ryan Gosling, obviously. Like, even I know that you're, but thank you.
Ryan Reynolds going on with the glasses.
The glasses are just because I can't see. No, I can't answer that question. I actually don't know. Ryan, you spoke so well on Ireland AM. Oh, thank you. That was with Muireann and Tommy. And you were outstanding on the Assembly. You look so happy. It did my heart good. Thank you. It looks like Aaron. Very good. I am happy. And it was great fun. I really enjoyed talking. And it's also my favourite mastermind topic, which is me. Another says, thank you for being so nice to the kids from Oliver Plunkett's in Monkstown. Oh, yeah. So there's a local school. And I went in to buy a paper the other one. And 4 lads going, excuse me. I said, yeah, lads. Did you ever go to this school up the road, Oliver Plunkett's? I said, I did. Yeah. He said, what are you guys doing? I think you're up to something. You're plotting something. I'll finish this story anyway. Oh, no, I don't know if I want to see it. But sorry, the children at the back of the class are having a great laugh. And I'll have a look in a moment. Suffice, or will I? Okay, well, suffice to say, the 4 lads, and they said, you came to our school, but we weren't there. We were too young. I said, okay. And I said, will you come again to the school? I said, look, if you get a teacher from your school to direct message me on Instagram, because I won't deal with you because you're young lads, but if you get a teacher to, I will see what I can do. And sure enough, this very morning, a lovely message came in from the principal saying, if you wouldn't mind coming in after you've kicked the wall at the end of the pier someday, we'd love to talk to you. So that person knew enough. So I will be there. And they were and some of the parents of the kids got in touch to say thanks for saying hello. It's an absolute pleasure. Oh, I got some great news from the Shackleton Museum. They've asked me to maybe get involved in the Shackleton Autumn School in October.
What would you be doing?
Maybe some opening comments, a little talk about Ernest Shackleton, which I'd love. So very good. Thank you, Kevin, for that. Our friends, are we being trolled by the lads upstairs? Oh, very good. Okay. Get back to work. You have jobs to do. But they're saying Eddie Redmayne. I worked with Eddie's sister. No, I didn't work with Eddie's sister. I worked with Eddie's niece. Yeah, lovely woman. And Eddie Redmayne. Yeah, okay. I mean, I wouldn't have thought Eddie Redmayne, would you? Yeah, but he doesn't look like me, does he? I mean, come on. He's Eddie Redmayne. And is he red hair? Is Eddie Redmayne?
Auburn.
Sorry, what were you looking at there? I want to know now. What were you... Oh, was that the Eddie Redmayne comment?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Why was that so funny?
Just because it's upstairs.
Because...
I'm not allowed upstairs.
You're not. Tom, someday we come in and we see Tom at the bottom stairs going. He's like Shackleton. He's like the Shackleton up the stairs. Someday, and in the meantime they won't let him up, so he has to kind of like eat a penguin that he sees and like just a bar of or a polar bear just like with a piano wire in his neck. Oh no, that's gotten a bit dark now. We'll keep going. Now, says the text, I spent a day in Venice. It's so unique. I spent a fortune on a sit-down ice cream in St. Mark's Square with a musical ensemble in front of you, and I loved it. Okay, well, I am glad that you like that. And I'm sure, like, I'm kind of exaggerating about Clifton, Venice. Somebody mentioned Clifton there, but it is, it's a different. It's a different kind of place. I'd love to do an honest travel show, wouldn't you? I would love. Wouldn't that be so much fun? Wouldn't you love to going? I was in a restaurant the other day. I was so stupid. I was in a restaurant the other day. I won't say where, who, what, why, because it was local. And out comes the food, and it was like it was a roast chicken. I love simple, like it was like a Sunday roast situation. And you know this little like metal tin that they put, like the potatoes were meant to, yeah. So it was roast potatoes. So down comes the thing. The lad serving it was a lovely fella, and he put the thing down. And I was sitting here, and Claire was there, and the two of us at the exact same time did this. Is there anything in there? The two heads. And we wouldn't be those sort of people who'd make comment. And we both looked, and then looked at him, and he looked and said, "It's bad, isn't it?" I said, I said, I'm not it's fine, I'm sure. And I took the thing up, and I emptied the 3 bits of scrap of potato onto the plate, and put the thing down, and he said, "That's really bad, isn't it?" I said, "No, it's fine. I mean, I'm an Irish person. I'll say it's fine. I can't. Of course, I'd love to pay 40 quid for 3, maybe 4 kind of quarters of potato." And anyway, in fairness, he said, "I'll have a word with the chef." I said, don't get the chef involved. I'd surely be spitting on them then and hand them back. Anyway, he came back with a few more scraps, but my God, it was funny. Anyway, on we go. What we got? There's a lot of traffic on the messaging today, isn't there? Yeah. Got to keep an eye on my watch, though, because we have an appointment at 1. Michael says, when you were turning on the lights in Clifton, that's 2 years ago, a kid ran after your car and the Gardaí put him in a head like he did in his hoop. Elsewhere, acai tastes great in Japan. Best wishes, an angry man sitting... Is this guy sitting on a plane on the runway of Tan Son Nhat Airport in Saigon? That is brilliant. Well, yeah, okay, maybe Guinness tastes better in Dublin and acai tastes better in Japan. And I don't want to drink Guinness in Japan, and you don't want to drink acai in Dublin. And that's Tom. All right, maybe you need to go to Japan and see what you're missing. I was in Japan in June, and it was one of the most interesting places I've ever been.
Cherry blossoms?
No, I think it was just short of that, but I went to Hiroshima. I think I mentioned this before, but it was a remarkable place. And Venice has its charms, of course it does, but Japan is fascinating. And it was like, do you know what it's like? It's like walking around a Wes Anderson set constantly. You know what I mean? Everything has its place in it. It's fascinating. Okay, moving on. Emer says, do we have any recommendations? For a new read? I am a dedicated thriller fan, but I need a change. Chick lit has never interested me, and I've always preferred a mystery or a thriller. I'm a dedicated thriller, but I need a change from your thrillers. So go to yes, gotcha, got it. Again, I've been mentioning this book a couple of times, and I was passing by Dubray. I was on with Dave Moore on Today FM on Monday. What a pleasure it was to be interviewed by him. I thought he was really good, and he has a few people around him. Very impressed by the building, by the way, but a lovely fella, and we had a good old chat. But on my way in there, in the lashings of rain, I ducked into Dubray Books, and there were 3 staff members there, and I said, "What's selling?" And we ended up having a great conversation about a little fun-sized book club. So thank you to the people I was chatting with. Suffice to say, the book that I was saying, The Good People. Again, her name always escapes me because she's from Afghanistan, so it doesn't sit in my head immediately. But Good People is the book you need to read, Emer. And I'd like a report on my desk.
Hannah
No, sorry, it's not Hannah Kent. It's that's the one. Patmina Sabit is the one. Sorry, Aidan. Thank you, Tom. Is correct. Patmina Sabit, Good People. That is a great book. It's really interesting. It's also really handy if you're busy. Each chapter is about a page and a half, and each chapter is a witness talking about something that happened. And you've got to keep going to find out where's this going. And it's very compelling. And I loved it. And I'm going to just say to you, go for that. Good book recommendation for you, Ryan. Oh, thank you. Who's this? I can't really understand what the handles can often be a bit. Your name isn't there, so I can't read that. Anyway, The Book of Doors by a guy called Gareth Brown. It's a great read. Okay, The Book of Doors. Thank you for that. The Book of Doors. The Book of Doors. That's great. I love that. I'm going to recommend also the show that I said I'd talk about, which is, what's the one about the salt? Under Salt Marsh. Tom, I've tried to remember the name of that show for a week. Every time. Do you know some titles just refuse to come into your brain? And I'm calling it Salt Path. I'm calling it this. And salt and pepper. Do you want vinegar with that? I don't know, whatever I'm calling it. I can never get it right. But what's it called again? Under Salt Marsh. And I wasn't even joking. I really forgot what you'd said. Under Salt Marsh stars the beautiful Kelly Riley, but also the excellent Rafe Spall. And this is on Sky, I think. Anyway, it's a slow burn thriller, and I'm really loving it. It's good. It's smart. A little bit dark. Very beautiful to look at. Jonathan Pryce happens to be in it. And it's good. If you liked Broadchurch, do you remember Broad? Yeah, okay, now you're getting a nod of, well, then you're in the same zone. Okay, so you know what that is. Then go for it. That's a yes from me. I actually got Dave's Bad Jokes book yesterday for himself, for Valentine's Day, for a laugh. Ha 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 ha. You get that reference? For a laugh. Ha 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 ha. Peter Starstead, where do you go to, my lovely? Where do you go to, my lovely? When you're alone in your bed. Tell me the thoughts that surround you, Tom. I want to look inside your head. Yes, I do. For a laugh. Anyway, I'm kind of mixing it up there, but that's what it is. Another says, Tom Hiddleston, 100% to play in the film. I'll tell you what, Tom Hiddleston's lawyers have just been on to say, don't ever say that in the same sentence again. He's really annoyed. Okay, my phone's just said, your parking is up. I just wanted to mention one guy who I was sitting quite close to in a restaurant the other day. This food came down, and she said, anything else? And he said, maybe a fork and a knife. And I thought, is he being snarky or is he being funny? What do you think? Snarky. Okay, but you know what really upset me? The order he said it in. Maybe a fork and knife. Who says fork and knife? You want a fork and knife? I'll give you a fork and knife. Hey, all right. But you know what I mean? He got just say knife and fork.
Pepper and salt.
No one says fork and knife. Do you want a fork and knife? No one wants a fork and knife in their lives. They want a knife and fork. I'm only saying what she said. He said. Okay. Elsewhere, what else have I got? Anything else? Yeah. Oh yeah, peanuts and monkeys. Look, if you're looking at a shirt, these shoes are 200 years old. They're falling apart. Look at them. Can you see them?
No, take it off.
Oh, I'm not taking it off. Oh, sorry, there. Yeah, they're falling apart. Yeah, they're rotten, right? I bought them about 20 years ago. I love them. I don't want to say goodbye. It's like a pet from the family. You just don't want to say goodbye. But they cost a few quid, And I was saying to this day, and I said I don't want to get rid of those shoes, even though they're comically falling apart. And I have other shoes. I'm okay. And he said, yeah, this. The point I'm making is, if you pay peanuts, you get monkeys. It's worth buying one good thing rather than 5 cheapy things, if you can. I'm not saying you can. We don't need to get 55 messages and go, we can't all do it. I'm just saying, if you can, do it. Tom, for example, your Lonsdale jumper that you're wearing today, that must have cost a few quid. It's quite bling looking to me. You look like an Irish rapper. And my question is, what are you going to do with that? Are you glad that you spent a lot of money on that top?
Absolutely.
Has it served you well?
Very well.
What is it, 8 years old?
At least 2 or 3.
Through 2 or 3.
Yeah.
See, he didn't pay peanuts. And that's why he's not wearing monkeys. Elsewhere, it suggests flashlight on the Booker's shortlist, a different kind of mystery. Okay, I find the Booker Prize stuff generally quite boring and impenetrable, but I'm going to write it down. I will see if it passes my bookshop test. 2 paragraphs and you're out, or you're in. Thank you. Bridget says, I'm enjoying a new book called Love and Other Liabilities by Fiona McCann. Thank you for the suggestion. Another, I read one full book in my whole life and it was called Not a Penny More, Not a Penny Less. It took me a year to read. I think that's Maeve Binchy. Can I see if that's right? If a table quiz, did I get that right? Not a Penny More, or Jeffrey Archer. It's one of those. I know it's a kind of leap. It's Jeffrey Archer. Okay. Oh, wait, am I thinking? That was a leap, wasn't it? Jeffrey Archer. God. Buy well, buy once. Yes, by Irish. You're dead right. Jeffrey Archer. We met Jeffrey. young man, I'd like to talk to you outside. I said, okay. And I said, what is it? He said, you heard the stories? He told me a story about somebody I shouldn't be talking about. I said, yeah. He said, you know what happened? I said, no, I don't. I don't really want to know. It's kind of gossipy. I'm not really that interested. Don't trade. And he said, here's exactly what happened. I said, oh, crikey. I wish he hadn't told me. It was in my head then. Jeffrey. Okay, we're going to have to head out the door at this stage, other than to say, remember the live shows? Yes, okay. Cork Opera House, 30th of April. Come along and have some fun. corkoperahouse.ie. Lime Tree Theatre, Limerick, Thursday, 7th of May. limetreebelltable.ie. Town Hall Theatre in Galway. I'm excited about that as well. June 2nd. THT.ie and 3 Olympia Theatre in Dublin. We'll announce the guests. The 3 Olympia is on Monday, the 8th of June. Ticketmaster.ie for that one. We'll announce who our guests will be as the days and weeks go by. Now, lads, I'm not sure if we can do this next week. Can I do it from afar? Can I do it from London? Would that be completely chaotic, or do you think it's a runner? I'm happy to do it, but it's just, let's look into it. Yeah, that's okay. Well, I could bring my laptop and try and be kind of semi. Look, tell you what we'll do. Why don't we have a meeting about it, not in the as a podcast? I mean, I know that's a little bit weird, but it could be worth doing it. He says having initiated the meeting in the first place. Okay, friends, thank you so much for being with us. A complete rambling riff, but that's kind of what this is, to be honest with you. Appreciate your support. Love your comments, and you keep them coming. We'll get to them next week, maybe. I mean, if I'm in London and we can do it that way, even better. Okay, got to say goodbye for now. Have a great day. Enjoy yourselves.